Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is FrancisP. I'm a personal development and recovery coach based outside of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I do this job in a different myriad of ways, especially recovery coaching in different settings. And some of the different themes and topics just repeat, no matter what group of people I'm with. And one of them especially is isolation and recovery. That, when you're feeling alone in your recovery and you don't feel like you have this large network of people around you, a lot of times people, when we feel like we're alone, it can be a struggle. And I'm going to give you some kind of tips, suggestions, some thoughts about this and ways that we can, go about helping ourselves feel better when we're feeling more isolated in our recovery. All right, so let's get started. So first, you are not alone. Most everyone goes through this, and there's a community out there for you. There's you can find your tribe. There are like-minded people into whatever you're into out there. Not necessarily a recovery community, but there can be a community out there for you if you're looking to socialize and, build your friend network and these different things. But let's start from like you are not alone. Most everyone goes through this. Whenever I've had in a group setting, I do different topics for different groups and I bring up isolation recovery. Everyone seems that they can relate to it, right? And at the same time, they get this look on their face that it dawns on them that everyone else is experiencing the same thing. So by hearing other people's experience and what they go through in their recovery, it can help us recognize that we're not alone, that we're not having this unique experience only unto us, that everyone else in recovery goes through something similar, and that the more that we can relate to other people, the more we can feel that we're not alone in our recovery. All right, so let's get to the next slide. So support groups help to support people. Support groups, and that can be like mutual self-help support groups like 12-step, smart recovery, recovery dharma, whatever it is. Support groups help you feel more connected to the recovery community as a whole. It helps you to socialize. You can build a whole new friend network through that, by actually becoming part of this community, by joining and by being willing to give your time and your efforts, your energy, and just generally be present, be there for other people, that it helps you support them and they support you, right? So that's why it's a support network, that the stronger you are together, the more it's going to benefit everybody. All right. And remember, other people have walked these paths before you and blazed these trails. Let them help guide you. You don't have to do it alone. And find people that have some time in their recovery, right? That have been through some of the different experiences, the different challenges, the different trials that you might go through recovery and have come out the other side. And lean on them for their experience and wisdom of, how can you get through something similar? And if something they suggest doesn't resonate exactly with you, ask yourself, is just because it's outside of my comfort zone or something that's really just not for you? And be able to have these conversations with yourself. But be prepared to get outside your comfort zone, because a lot of times we have to, in order to grow, we have to get outside of our comfort zone. So when they suggest things, just be ready and willing to try different suggestions to see for yourself whether it's for you or not, whether it's beneficial or not. And then last but not least, recovery for the antisocial. For some people, they just don't really like being in group settings. They just don't really like being around a lot of people, and it can be a challenge. So you can either find smaller groups or try and study on your own. I would still suggest having some sort of counselor, coach, something, a person that you can, go to for different tools, ideas, support and things like that, right? But if you want to try and learn a lot of this stuff on your own, you got to study like it's a college course, with no professor. So a lot of times if you're doing self-learning, e-learning, what have you, yeah, you're not in a room with a bunch of people, but you can still study the material. So, start researching different recovery, principles and recovery tools, recovery skills, different things online, be ready and willing to change and give things a real try. When you read a tool, when you read a coping skill, any of these different things, give it a shot and see if it helps. And that's how you can know that these things really work. And the more that you try different things and the more that you see that it works, the more you believe in it, the easier the process gets, right? And at the same time, you have to be your own cheerleader, because if you're not going to have this group of people, clapping for you, giving you these attaboys, your different anniversaries, you're going to have to do it for yourself. And sometimes that can be difficult, that can be challenging, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. So, and all right, last but not least, if you want one-on-one coaching, feel free to reach out to me through my website or through my email. I'll link it in the description down below. All right, have a great day. Bye.